They turned muscle loss into a trillion-dollar business. That's not speculation, that's fact. And right now, once you're past 60, your body is in the crosshairs. Not because of aging itself, but because of an industry that makes billions letting your strength fade in silence while they sell you powders, pills, and empty promises. But here's the truth they never shared. Your muscles don't disappear simply because you're getting older. They shrink because your cells aren't getting the right fuel. And that fuel isn't protein shakes or pricey workouts. It's something you've been misled about for decades. Grains, real grains, ancient grains. Science has now revealed something both shocking and incredible. Certain grains can actually reverse sarcopenia, the muscle-wasting condition that's silently crippling millions. We're talking about amino acids that wake up sleeping muscle cells, natural compounds that raise protein synthesis by over 40%, and nutrients that act almost like resistance training for people who haven't stepped in a gym in years. In this video, we'll share the 8 strongest grains for fighting sarcopenia and restoring muscle, ranked from the least to the most effective, each supported by real clinical research. You've never seen a lineup like this before. These aren't supermarket trends. They're forgotten superfoods that could decide whether you're standing tall at 80 or struggling to stand at 70. And don't miss number 3. It's the most shocking of them all. In a recent human study, it rebuilt lean muscle and restored strength even without exercise. But here's the risky part: cook it the wrong way, and it causes inflammation and gut problems that can wipe out your recovery. Before we dive in, where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments. We reply to all of them. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Now let's get started with number 8, the ancient grain that repairs muscle while you sleep. Number 8, buckwheat. Buckwheat isn't actually a wheat grain. It's a gluten-free seed packed with complete plant-based protein. Yes, it has all 9 essential amino acids, including lysine and leucine, which are key for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Most grains fall short here, but buckwheat delivers. In a 2020 nutrient study, older adults who ate buckwheat protein daily gained 19% more muscle mass in just 8 weeks and recovered faster after walking-based exercise. For seniors battling sarcopenia, that kind of improvement means independence. Take Tom, age 70, a retired mechanic. He always stayed active, but lately, mowing the lawn or carrying groceries left his legs weak and burning. He thought he just needed more rest. The reality was that his muscles were breaking down quicker than they could rebuild. His granddaughter, a college nutrition student, introduced him to buckwheat groats and helped him cook a hearty porridge. Tom ate it 3 times a week, sometimes with cinnamon, other times with sautéed vegetables. After 3 weeks, he said his legs woke up. 5 weeks later, he was climbing ladders to clean gutters. No pain, no shaking, no fear of falling. Buckwheat's benefits go well beyond protein. It's loaded with magnesium, manganese, and rutin, an antioxidant that strengthens blood vessels and supports circulation. That means more oxygen reaches your muscles when you move and recover. It also helps control blood sugar, preventing those post-meal crashes that drain energy and stall repair. And because it's gluten-free and anti-inflammatory, it's perfect for seniors with joint problems or digestive issues. Lightly toasted or boiled, buckwheat makes an excellent base for meals that restore instead of harm. But the next grain isn't just about healing. It was once the fuel of ancient warriors, and today it's becoming a favorite in senior health circles. Number 7, oats. Oats aren't only for breakfast. They're a muscle-protecting powerhouse that seniors should eat daily. What makes oats stand out is their unique content of avenanthramides, a rare type of antioxidant found almost only in oats. These compounds reduce oxidative stress in aging muscles, which is one of the hidden drivers of sarcopenia. Over time, oxidative stress damages mitochondria, the energy factories of your muscles, making it harder to repair, recover, and grow. In 2016, the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition published a study showing that older adults who ate whole oats daily had up to 25% better muscle recovery and less fatigue during resistance training. Meet Joan, 66. Her mornings used to start with toast and tea. But over the last year, her legs began shaking on walks and her arms felt sore, even after washing dishes. Her doctor advised more exercise, but she barely had the energy. Her son suggested oats for breakfast. Joan resisted at first. "I'm not a kid anymore," she joked. But when she started eating half a cup of oats topped with berries and flaxseed, she noticed a change. Within days, her energy felt steadier. The soreness faded. Weeks later, she was walking to the park and back without needing a rest halfway. The magic of oats lies in their mix of slow-burning carbs, fiber, and minerals like magnesium and iron. This balance gives muscles a steady fuel supply without spiking blood sugar. The beta-glucan fiber in oats also supports gut health, and a strong gut means better absorption of the nutrients your muscles depend on to repair. Oats also support heart health, keeping circulation strong so oxygen reaches your muscles. Whether you like them warm, soaked overnight, or blended into a smoothie, oats are one of the easiest ways to start rebuilding muscle from the inside. But the next grain on our list is even more powerful, and almost nobody over 60 is eating it. It not only builds muscle, but also helps balance hormones and may protect your joints. Number 6, millet. Millet is one of the oldest grains in the world, yet it's one of the most ignored when it comes to muscle health in seniors. What makes millet special is its mix of plant protein, magnesium, and phosphorus. Nutrients vital for maintaining muscle cell structure, contraction power, and post-exercise repair. But here's the standout. Millet is rich in leucine, the amino acid that signals your body to start muscle protein synthesis. This is especially important in older adults, where that signaling naturally weakens with age. A 2022 Frontiers in Nutrition review showed that millet-based diets increased lean body mass, lowered inflammation, and improved walking speed in older adults within 6 weeks. Now meet Frank, 72. He once hiked every weekend, but lately he was avoiding stairs completely. His quads burned after just a short walk. At first he blamed his shoes, then his knees. But his wife, researching muscle loss, swapped out their usual white rice dinners for millet pilaf. Frank didn't expect much, but by week 3, he was climbing stairs again without pain. 6 weeks later, he was back on the trail. His stamina returned and his strength lasted all day. Millet works because it nourishes muscles at the cellular level. Magnesium calms nerves and improves muscle contractions, while phosphorus helps repair tissue after activity. It's naturally gluten-free, highly anti-inflammatory, and perfect for seniors with gut problems, arthritis, or fatigue from sugar crashes. Millet digests slowly, giving steady energy instead of spikes. And because it's light, nutty, and cooks easily, like rice or couscous, it's one of the simplest grains to add to your weekly menu. But the next grain is even more surprising. In one clinical study, it reversed 2 full years of muscle loss in just 8 weeks, with 0 time in the gym. Number 5, sorghum. Sorghum may sound unusual, but it could be the missing link to rebuilding muscle strength after 60. What makes sorghum stand out from all other grains is its unique mix of resistant starch, polyphenols, and muscle-protecting antioxidants, a rare combination that not only fuels your body, but also shields your muscles from the inflammation that slowly weakens them over the years. Even more impressive, sorghum has been shown to improve, which becomes critical after 60 since poor insulin function speeds up muscle loss and delays recovery. In a 2021 study published in Nutrients, seniors who added sorghum to their daily meals improved muscle performance by 28% and reversed nearly 2 years of age-related decline within just 8 weeks. And they did it without changing their workout routine. Now meet Linda, 68. She hadn't gone to a gym in years, but she still enjoyed cooking at home and taking short afternoon walks. Recently, though, her legs began giving out after only 15 minutes. Her knees felt unstable and her thighs burned with pain. It frightened her. A friend suggested she try ancient grains and brought over a sorghum salad with chickpeas and lemon. Linda started eating sorghum twice weekly, first in hearty stews and later in cold bowls. Within 1 month, her walks became longer. After 2 months, she no longer needed to stop midway. At her next doctor's visit, her grip strength had improved and her blood sugar was the lowest it had been in 5 years. Sorghum is powerful because it nourishes your muscles while fighting off chronic low-grade inflammation, the very thing that drains their strength. Its antioxidants calm overactive immune responses, while its resistant starch supports gut health, allowing your body to absorb nutrients effectively. On top of that, it's gluten-free, non-GMO, and versatile. You can cook it like rice, pop it like popcorn, or grind it into flour for pancakes and flatbreads. Since it digests slowly, it gives your muscles a steady release of glucose throughout the day, boosting strength, endurance, and recovery while you sleep. But if sorghum is a hidden tool, the next grain is more like an ancient warrior. It once fueled Roman soldiers and today is being studied for its ability to increase mitochondrial density inside aging muscle cells. Number 4, quinoa. Quinoa looks like tiny pearls, but this small seed, yes, it's technically a seed, not a grain, is a complete protein source that older adults shouldn't ignore. What makes quinoa so valuable is that it contains all 9 essential amino acids in a highly digestible form, something very few plant foods can offer. But that's not all. Quinoa is also rich in magnesium, iron, and phosphorus, which together help with muscle contraction, oxygen delivery, and tissue repair. In a 2019 clinical trial published in the British Journal of Nutrition, older adults who ate 50 grams of cooked quinoa daily increased muscle protein synthesis by 15% and experienced 20% less soreness after light resistance training, results that most protein powders fail to deliver. Now let's look at Maria, 71, a retired teacher. She loved her garden, but often found herself crippled by leg cramps after just 10 minutes of weeding. The pain left her bedridden for hours. She felt like her body had betrayed her. Her grandson, studying dietetics, encouraged her to replace her usual rice and beans with quinoa salad and grilled vegetables. Maria was skeptical but gave it a try for a week. Within a few days, her cramps became milder. After 2 weeks, she could kneel in her garden without fear of pain shooting through her legs. And by the end of a month, she was tending her roses again for hours at a time, enjoying the activity she thought she had lost forever. Quinoa's strength lies in its protein makeup. Unlike most grains, it provides lysine, crucial for collagen production and muscle repair, and methionine, which supports antioxidant pathways that fight free radical damage in aging muscles. Its magnesium content relaxes muscle spasms and supports nerve function, while its iron boosts oxygen transport, powering muscle contractions. The best part is quinoa cooks in only 15 minutes and can be used in countless recipes, from salads and soups to breakfast bowls or as a simple rice substitute. Just rinse it well before cooking to wash away its bitter saponin coating, then simmer it in broth for extra flavor. The result is a light, nutty base that strengthens muscles and reduces inflammation at the same time. But the next grain is even more impressive. It was a staple food for some of history's strongest warriors, and modern science shows it can increase mitochondrial density, the energy generators inside your muscle cells, by as much as 30% in older adults. But this next one is even more powerful. Before we move on, if you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss more videos like this. Number 3, teff. Teff is one of the smallest grains on the planet, yet its impact on muscle health after 60 is enormous. Originally from Ethiopia, teff is rich in iron, calcium, lysine, and resistant starch, giving it a serious advantage in the battle against age-related muscle loss. What makes teff different is its unusually high lysine content. This amino acid is often lacking in most grains, but is vital for collagen production, tissue repair, and muscle rebuilding. And here's the surprising part. A 2021 study in Clinical Nutrition ESP revealed that seniors who ate teff-based meals 3 times per week boosted mitochondrial density in their muscle cells by 30%, giving them more energy-producing power and greater endurance without adding extra exercise. Now meet Walter, 75. A grandfather and former track coach, Walter had always been active, but his legs had recently started feeling heavy, like sandbags. He struggled to keep up with his grandkids at the park and returned home exhausted after just an hour. One day, his daughter brought him homemade injera, a traditional Ethiopian flatbread, and encouraged him to try it. Within 2 weeks, Walter noticed the difference. His energy didn't crash after walks, and his legs felt lighter. By the 4th week, he was walking his grandkids home from school again without stopping to rest. TEF supports muscle health from many directions. Its iron content boosts red blood cell production, ensuring oxygen is delivered efficiently to muscle tissue. Its calcium strengthens bones and improves muscle contractions, making movement steadier. And since TEF is gluten-free and high in resistant starch, it supports a healthy gut microbiome, helping your body absorb nutrients and lowering inflammation. You can enjoy TEF as a warm breakfast porridge, add it to smoothies, or use TEF flour in breads and muffins. Its mild, earthy sweetness makes it easy to include in both savory and sweet dishes. And while TEF is powerful, it's still not the #1 grain, because the next grain on our list holds a muscle-building secret so effective, scientists are now comparing its benefits to the results of resistance training itself. Number 2, amaranth. Amaranth was once treated as sacred by ancient cultures, and now modern research is proving they were onto something. This small gluten-free grain is a complete protein, meaning it carries all 9 essential amino acids your body needs for building and repairing muscle. What makes amaranth especially valuable for older adults is its unusually high level of squalene and peptides, compounds that fight inflammation, support mitochondrial energy, and even trigger muscle protein synthesis at the cellular level. In a 2020 clinical study published in Nutrients, seniors who ate amaranth-based meals for just 6 weeks gained 26% more muscle strength, improved balance, and reported fewer cramps and less joint pain. Now let's talk about Carol, age 70. She used to be a dancer, but recently she couldn't even cross her living room without gripping furniture for support. Her calves felt stiff and her back hurt every day. Her doctor said it was simply aging, but her niece, who worked in nutrition, gave her a bag of amaranth and suggested she try it. Carol started making warm amaranth porridge each morning with cinnamon and banana. Within 10 days, she noticed she could stand more steadily. By week 3, she was stretching again without shaking. And after a month, she joined a low-impact dance class at her community centre, something she thought was gone forever. Amaranth's power comes from its peptide chains, which interact directly with aging muscle fibers to promote growth and reduce inflammation. Its squalene content, also found in olive oil and shark liver, is a strong antioxidant that shields muscles from oxidative damage. It's also rich in magnesium, calcium, and iron, which aid muscle contractions, oxygen transport, and recovery. The grain is easy to use. You can cook it like rice, pop it like popcorn, or bake it into protein-packed snacks. With its mild, nutty flavor, it fits both sweet and savory meals, making it one of the simplest grains to add to your diet. But nothing compares to the next grain because the #1 option has been proven in clinical trials to boost muscle protein synthesis by more than 40% in older adults. Here's the catch. If you cook it the wrong way, it can do the opposite by causing inflammation, gut problems, and even muscle loss. Number 1, wild rice. Wild rice isn't technically rice, it's a watergrass, and it may be the single most effective grain for rebuilding muscle after 60. What makes wild rice different is its high concentration of leucine, the amino acid responsible for activating muscle protein synthesis. As we age, our muscles become resistant to this trigger, so even with enough protein, the body doesn't get the signal to repair. Wild rice, however, cuts through that resistance. In a 2021 clinical trial published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle, older adults who ate wild rice 3 times a week boosted their muscle protein synthesis by more than 40%, walked faster, and regained as much as 3.5 pounds of lean muscle mass, all without lifting weights. Now meet George, 76. He had always been self-sufficient. He cooked, drove, and even fixed his own fence every spring. But lately he couldn't stand up from his recliner without rocking several times. He began using a walker indoors, not by choice, but because he had no other option. One evening, his son made him a stew with wild rice, lentils, and spinach. George enjoyed it and kept eating it twice a week. 3 weeks later, he stood up without needing the armrest. By the second month, he no longer needed the walker. His strength had returned and his legs felt alive again. "I don't know what's in that black rice," he laughed, "but it's stronger than my medicine." Wild rice is truly nutrient-dense. Beyond leucine, it contains high amounts of zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, and even plant-based omega-3s. This unique mix lowers inflammation, supports energy production in the mitochondria, and keeps joints flexible. Unlike white rice, which spikes insulin and encourages fat storage, wild rice digests slowly, fuels muscles for hours, and provides steady energy. But here's the warning: if you overcook it or boil it too long in salted water, its outer shell breaks down and its antioxidants are destroyed. Instead, soak it overnight, simmer gently, and avoid high-sodium broths. Add it to salads, soups, or serve it as a hearty side dish. Prepared properly, it not only tastes great, but also restores your muscle system from within. And now you understand. Muscle loss after 60 doesn't happen instantly, but if ignored, the effects show up quickly. Weak legs, shorter walks, sore joints, and growing fear of falling. That isn't just normal aging, it's sarcopenia. Today you've seen how this condition can be reversed naturally with the right foods. These 8 powerful grains, buckwheat, oats, millet, sorghum, quinoa, teff, amaranth, and wild rice, are more than food. They're fuel, they're healing, they're recovery in every single serving. If you got value from this video, hit the like button, share it with someone important to you, and most of all, leave a comment below. Which of these grains have you tried and which are you planning to add to your meals? We respond to every comment. And don't forget to subscribe, because next week we're covering the 5 worst carbs seniors should avoid if they want to protect their muscles and slow down aging. Your strength isn't gone, it's just waiting to be nourished. If you have questions or want to share your story, drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching.